Step 17. Installing gable trim. Before you start to install gable trim, you will have to remove the string and screws that you use to align the roof panels. First, you'll need to apply the butyl caulk to the top of the major rib of the roof panels closest to the ends of the building, up one side of the roof and down the other. But don't pull off the backing strip yet. You'll need to test your placement of the gable trim first. The trim itself comes in 14-foot sections, so except for the 12-foot wide buildings, you will have to overlap pieces to make the full length. If you have a 20 or 24-foot wide building, take one of the 14-foot pieces of trim and make a cut in the center of the front wall of the trim up to the 90-degree bend. Now, go back to the rear angle flange and clip it from the outer edge to the bend. This piece of gable trim will be folded in the center and placed on the peak of the building. Now, remove the protective tape from the butyl caulk and install the gable trim on one lower gable end. The lower end of the trim should be flush with the lower edge of the roof panels. Use the painted self-drilling screws that match your trim color to fasten the trim to the front and roof sheet metal. Screws should be driven into the top of every other major rib on the front of the building. Step 18. Installing the ridge cap. You can use your chalk line to lay out the destination of the ridge cap. Snap lines at the same width as the trim. These lines will guide you for installation of the outside foam closure strips that are provided for sealing off the peak trim. The foam closure strips should be positioned about a 1/4 inch above your chalk line. You can see here how the foam closure strips interlock at the ends to keep the seal tight. Lay the ridge cap down on the closure strips with the end of the cap overhanging the gable trim at the end of the roof about a 1/2 inch. Use butyl caulk to seal the joint where the pieces of ridge cap overlap. Then attach the ridge cap to the roof with the painted 1-inch self-drilling screws with rubber washers in every other major rib. The last piece of ridge cap should overlap the other end of the building about a 1/2 inch. Use the screws that match the ridge cap. Step 19. Installing closure strips at eave. Then inside the building, on both sides, install inside foam closure strips at the eave of the building. They will go between the eave trim and the roof panels. To install the closure strips, remove the protective paper backing. Pull the eave trim down slightly and carefully tuck the closure strips between the trim and the roof panels. The closure strips are cut to match the contour of the roof panels. Well, that's pretty much it for the VersaTube kit. Install your garage door or doors according to the manufacturer's specifications. Then you'll be ready to enjoy your new building. One note, you will not have to frame out your door opening with 2x6 lumber. The garage door tracks will mount directly to the VersaTube frame. With that completed, you'll be ready to enjoy your VersaTube steel building. Once again, thanks for choosing a VersaTube building system kit. If you have any questions, please call VersaTube customer service at 1-800-900-7222 before proceeding. VersaTube. Strength, durability, easy installation. With VersaTube, the possibilities are endless. Visit us at www.versatube.com.